All right, hello everybody. Welcome to Q&A live stream number 45. It is approximately 9:04 right here on the East Coast in the great state of New Jersey. So this is the second of the Q&A live streams for tonight. The reason why I do two Q&A live streams on a Friday now is because of the whole coronavirus pandemic. So yeah, that's pretty much why I'm doing this. Like I said, once things get back to normal, which is going to be sooner than later. I mean, I'm reading all these crazy things, and guys, the best thing to do is to just avoid the news if you can. Like don't spend 6 hours watching the same thing. Yes, it's not the same thing, and someone might disagree with you, but it's just not your place to be. The numbers are looking really good. So hello again, Dylan D. Jesus. Hello, I love elevators, and so yeah. So so the stats on COVID-19, like I said earlier, are looking pretty good. We do have a very steep incline, though. We are going to have to climb. It's going to go down. So it is going to take some time, guys. And the reason why it's a little bit higher than expected is because of the different areas of the country. Florida, unfortunately, their peak is going to reach much later in about, I would say, just a little bit over 2 weeks. New Jersey is going to be hitting their peak, I believe. Oh, no, New Jersey already hit its peak. Wow. Yeah, it's funny. They pushed it back to April 8th. Okay, so then New Jersey's on a decline then. Yeah, they had 272, and then yesterday it was 205. Okay, so yeah, New Jersey might be getting back to normal soon, which is a good thing. But yeah, I'm reading all these crazy articles about, graduation ceremonies and proms being postponed. It's scary. I think it is going to be postponed for other areas of the country. I think New York and New Jersey, I think they will have proms, and I think they will have graduation ceremonies. But it is good to see school districts planning out for the worst case scenario. But I think since New Jersey has hit the peak, I don't think they're going to have to worry about it. But it is good that school districts are starting to plan for, in the event that this is not going to get better and something big happens, it is good to have that plan in place. So the next thing I want to talk about is what is going to happen with me and Malls, and where the channel's headed in the next couple of weeks. Well, unfortunately, for the next couple of weeks, I'm going to be stuck inside, and not really much I can do. There's not really much you can do. Your graduation. When is your graduation? If it's in like mid to late June, you might have a shot, because New York State pause is ending April 29th. So you might have a shot at having a graduation ceremony. I think the states that aren't going to have a shot are the rest of the country that lets the schools out in 5 to 6 weeks. 7 to 9 weeks, you have a shot at going back, but prom is a 50-50, and I think graduation is definite. I think by then things will calm down. People aren't going to be crazy and stuff, and I don't know. I think there's a good chance that people are going to have graduation ceremonies in the Northeast, like New York and New Jersey. Pennsylvania, definitely not, because they're now out of school for the rest of the year. I think what Hanover Township, that's a township in Pennsylvania, pretty much the seniors are going to drive up to the high school, get their diploma, and leave the property. So kind of sad too. Like they can't have a good ceremony. They can't get together with their teachers and staff members. It's just, here you go. Here's your diploma. Thanks for being here for 4 years. See you later. So it's in June. Do you know what day in June? Because if depends on a basis. So if it's in the mid and late June, you have a shot at a graduation ceremony. Now, the reason why I say Pennsylvania is out of luck is because Pennsylvania's peak is expected in about a week. So, and because they only get about 5 to 6 weeks of school, and most of their schools end in early June, there really is no chance of just doing the ceremony, you know? And hi, Michael Feldman. How are you? So it's a shame, though. Yeah, any universities, yes, and university commencements, they're in May. So a lot of them are online. Now, depending on the university you're attending, some universities are doing it on a basis of being online, or some universities are doing it with the class, like they'll combine the class of 2020 with the class of 2021. So that could be the best case scenario and the worst case scenario. Have you ever met Dan Delgado in person? No, I have not. I've never met Dan Delgado. I believe he is, believe he's he's an engineer for Metro North. Not 100% sure about that, but I believe he is an engineer for Metro North. No, I don't know about the New Jersey Coasters and Atherion. Hello, Transportation 930. How are you? So, oh man, guys, this sucks. There's not really much to do. I mean, I definitely don't want to work on schoolwork. So, Kmart in West Long Branch is expected to close tomorrow, I believe, or if they're probably already closed. Yeah, I don't know, guys, what's going to happen with malls. I mean, I could see malls the earliest, the middle of May. That I don't know. It depends. It depends on the statistics of the charts. If the statistics of the charts continue in the direction they are, I could see malls opening up between May 1st and May 15th and May 15th. Now that's just a timeline. It doesn't mean malls are going to open May 1st. I think it's going to be, um, a timeline. It's going to be on a basis. It's going to depend on things. I could see stores having limits. I know it's going to suck, but I do think that stores at selected mall properties that are pretty big are probably going to have store limits. And I hate to say that, but it is unfortunately the truth. Now, smaller and lower demand malls, they won't give a hoot. But bigger demand malls like Westfield Garden State Plaza, Rockaway Town Square, Willowbrook Mall, Bridgewater Commons, Freehold Raceway Mall, Roosevelt Field, Walt Whitman Shops, Smith Haven Mall, the Westchester White Plains Galleria, Palisade Center, what's another one? Woodbridge Center, Menlo Park, not Brunswick Square, and probably Quaker Bridge, something like that. So I believe those properties, and Staten Island Mall, if I didn't throw that in there already, will most likely have mall limits. And Queens Center, can't forget that, and Kings Plaza. So all of them, I believe, will have limits. And stores, too, are going to most likely have to have their capacity at 50%. Broadway Commons, probably IKEA will be the only affected store. And probably, well, no, IKEA and Target will be the affected stores. So, hello there, Privacy J Productions. How are you? Like, I hope, I hope malls open up soon. Yeah, me too, man. I'm with you on that. Like I said, I'm looking at the charts every day, and I'm seeing some optimism. It is going to be a very slow decline, though, unfortunately. The only reason why I like Brunswick Square is because of the Macy's elevator. Potato wedges, I think those are nuggets. Wendy's is the restaurant that has the potato wedges. Wendy's breakfast is not bad. I had it for the first time a couple of weeks ago. It's not bad. Have you tried? What about Queen Center Mall? Yeah, Queen Center Mall will definitely have lines to get into stores because stores are going to have to cut capacity by 50%. I mean, it sucks, but until they can. I mean, guys, I will say this, and I'm not going to be somebody who's gonna be a liar. We are about 12 to 18 months away from a coronavirus vaccine. In the meantime, I think there will be some form of treatment that will be available, but there is no vaccine that's going to be available in the next 6 months. I think it's going to be probably about a year until a vaccine can be rolled out, and I think it's going to be a little bit until the vaccine is completely there and the world can kind of calm down and the World Health Organization can calm down too. Unfortunately, it just doesn't look It depends. It all depends on the statistical data. It all depends on that. Most likely, yes. And because King of Prussia is a high demand Simon Mall property, yes, you probably will have to wait in lines. I'm sure they won't be that long, but expect to wait in lines to get into your favorite store. So yeah, I mean the vaccine, I mean look, there will be some form of treatment by the end of this month. I can promise you that. What I can't promise though is an available vaccine. I just don't think logistically it's possible. I think there will be the hydroxychloroquine. I think will be the most game-changing drug that is going to treat the coronavirus. Now, it could be mixed depending on somebody's immune system. It could be mixed with something else that will prevent the side effects of the hydroxychloroquine. But I am certainly no scientist, so it all depends on the way the medication is given. Like I said, it could be given to someone much differently than someone that has a normal immune system. Well, that's for a vaccine. That I'm not saying that that's how long we're going to be self-quarantined. A vaccine is about 12 months away, I would say. I think there will be some form of treatment that will, in the meantime, contain the virus. I think that is what has to be worked on right now because, guys, I don't want to miss out on summer. I definitely don't want to miss out on summer. I'm fine with giving up April. That's cool. But anything beyond that, you can't do that, you know? Have I eaten at California Pizza Kitchen before? Yes. I've eaten there. It's not bad. Hello there, NW Elevators or Northwest Indiana Elevators. How are you? Yeah, I've eaten at the California Pizza Kitchen at what is it? The California Pizza Kitchen. I've eaten the California Pizza Kitchen at Westfield Garden State Plaza. That's good. This is not like what happened. Yeah, and I was gonna bring that up too. I guess Ebola they were able to control, but I guess Corona they just I don't know. I don't know. Um, Bay State Elevator / Colin McDonald. I don't know him. I don't really film on the West Coast. I heard there was some form of snow. I was asleep and I had to prepare. Yeah, no, I really didn't watch the news that much. I had to prepare for exams today, which, like I said, one of my professors couldn't even was literally on with tech support for like I don't even know like 2 hours. He couldn't even get the exam up. He said, "Okay, guys, see you Tuesday. See you Tuesday for the exam." So, but I had my other exam though. So, but yeah, it's I guess it's nice to be in New Jersey. It's just really weird to not be. First of all, it's really weird not to be where I typically do my Friday night live streams. Number one, and number two, it's also very weird to not be packing right now and heading west the next day. But you know what? That'll have to wait until the end of June. So it depends. It all depends on what's going to go on. It all depends. I don't know yet what's going to happen. The malls have not laid out plans of how the reopening process is going to happen. I would say look for those plans more towards the end of this month, not next month, this month, because malls have to roll out something in order to sustain capacity. So, but I don't know yet what's going to happen with me personally. Wow. The Newark mayor just announced grocery stores to be closed on Mondays. Probably not. I mean, unless something changes with all these restrictions that they have. But the chart is looking, it's not bad. New Jersey, they really went down. I mean, today there was 67 less deaths. I think they want people to go grocery shopping on Saturdays and Sundays so that on that Monday, people have the chance to work from home and stay at home. I think that's what the mayor's doing. Makes sense though, because people will do most of their grocery shopping on the weekends. So that's why. I don't know yet what's going to happen with mall filming and stuff. I'm just paying attention to the statistical data. It's looking good. I think we have to keep accelerating, to keep doing the practices. Like I said, this is not the time. And, there's going to be people that are going to go out. That's like Bergen County's freaking blue laws, Sunday's business of closure. This is much different, though. This isn't like the Bergen County blue laws, although as much as I hate them, this is a much different scenario. This is not about the Bergen County blue laws. This is about the nation as a whole, not about Bergen County at this time, unfortunately. May go grocery shopping. Yeah, I was actually going to go to a grocery store today, but I had 2 exams today, so I couldn't. So. Many Walmarts, it depends on the specific location. Most Walmarts will have a Subway and an Auntie Anne's. Sometimes they will have a McDonald's. That's not always the case. I actually know some Kmart's back in the day used to have Wendy's restaurants, if you could imagine that. But some of them, it depends on the location. Like if, let's say there's a McDonald's in the parking lot, they're not going to put a Walmart in there. Like, and some of them have McDonald's, some of them have Subways. So it depends. It depends specifically on the location and specifically if there's a Subway that's already there. So it's either a Subway or McDonald's, depending on the location. Not if you go first thing in the morning. And there's gonna be no crazies in the morning. It's gonna be more towards the afternoon. So I'm gonna go in the morning, but what I'm crossing my fingers for is that is not going to happen with smaller capacity malls. But I don't know what's going to happen, honestly. I would hate to see lines to get into stores just to fill in elevators because I'm going to be on a tight schedule, So that would really suck if they did that. But they have to do what they have to do. I mean, not really much else you can do. No, that was the Newark mayor, not the New York City mayor. Voluntary close, so that gives them a chance, to sanitize, to clean, to restock. Makes a lot of sense, actually. So at least it gives. First of all, I do appreciate what he did. Number one, because that gives the grocery store workers a nice break. They can sanitize, clean the store, get it back opened up. Because there's a lot of germs, even with people wearing masks and gloves. There's still germs that are going around, so it makes sense. Good. It gives the grocery workers a chance. First of all, a chance to recharge, a chance to spend time with their kids. And a chance to not have to go to the place. I think it's a great thing. It gives workers the chance to breathe. Look, malls are going to open up in May, and that's just it. Unless it's somewhere that started much later. I'm gonna actually check something here. Kentucky. Wonder when then their curve. Oh man, Kentucky has a long way to go. Yeah, it depends on the specific region. Yeah. Wow, Kentucky is. Yeah, they're not looking too good, and I think Tennessee is even worse. 9 days, although it looks like they're gonna have a much smaller peak. But yeah, a lot of the states, like the ones that are not on the coast. So no, I wouldn't say that. The mall restrictions, I believe, will be only until they have found a successful treatment, and until they got to have a treatment that's going to work. They got to have some kind of, because there's no vaccine that's coming anytime soon. I think they have to have some kind of treatment that is going to work for the time being. Now, guys, unfortunately, I did look at my current stream thing, and I didn't know this. I only have about 12 hours of streaming, but the good news is it actually renews in about a week. So I do have to be kind of careful of my limit. I know it's a little bit more trickier now versus, when it was just once a week. But now with the whole thing with the virus, it's more of a hassle to kind of do. So this what I'm looking at right now is the death rate for New York, and things in New York, it did go up a little bit. It didn't go up by too much. Yeah, I mean it's spiked here definitely. I mean 539 to go up to 791, and then at 799 it went up a little bit. So definitely a difference between April 6th and April 7th, and then definitely between April 8th and the 9th. So the good news is the deaths cannot get any worse than yesterday. Yesterday was just the worst day of deaths in New York. And I think from this point on, the number of coronavirus deaths is going to start to go down little by little. And ultimately, it'll get down to here. And then hopefully, it'll get really low, 17 deaths. And then that's pretty much it. So, but it's looking good. I mean, I think the models are looking really good. New Jersey too, they're going to have another decline. Same story. So, New Jersey, they really went down. I think this was the worst of it. 272 and 205, 67 less deaths yesterday. So I think I hope that this death rate is going to continue to keep going in the downward direction. It all depends though. But I believe that the death rate at this point for New Jersey is going to go down. So, fortunately, though, Pennsylvania has a very long road. Kentucky, so a lot of the middle states are going to have very long roads. So that's why they canceled the schools in Virginia too. They also are canceling schools, which makes sense. They're still very long away from the peak, and by the time the number goes down by like June 1st, yeah, they have to. So the good news is us in the Northeast, we're gonna at least so yeah, so Kentucky has a very long road to recover. Virginia too. I mean, look at Virginia; they have a very long road. So Kentucky too. Also, they haven't. They're not even close to the peak yet. They're still in the very beginning stages. So Kentucky's peak is coming in about 2 weeks from now. So Kentucky, I could see that they're going to close. They're probably going to close schools for the rest of the year. So the good news is, I do truly believe that kids in New York and New Jersey will be going back to school again. And notice they don't even have a stay-at-home order, so Kentucky is pretty much screwed. I don't know what Matt Bevin is thinking. So people don't even have to go home in Kentucky. There's no stay-at-home order, so they're just going to keep getting more people sick and infected. But oh well, what can you do? Florida, and unfortunately, I do hate to say this to some of my Florida viewers, because people were on the beaches. Florida is expected to reach its peak, I believe, in about 2 weeks. Florida hasn't even reached its peak yet. It's still a very long way away. Like, it'll reach its peak by like May, not even like late April. And then the death rate will go down, and by like June 1st, I think Disney World can open again and stuff. And yeah, Disney is definitely going to be closed for another month. It's going to be closed this month and the next month too. So the good news is things are starting, at least here, it's a good sign. So it definitely, New York, New Jersey, Now, Connecticut, I think the governor Ned, I think he went a little bit too overboard, like Phil Murphy. Oh no, you know what? No, he didn't. He did not go overboard. He actually, he was smart to implement the stay-at-home order until March 20th. That makes sense. Wow, Connecticut doesn't have a stay-at-home order. Oh yeah, that's why they're going to reach their peak late. Yeah, Connecticut is one of those states I could very well see schools being closed for the rest of the year. Pennsylvania, I think, yeah. Well, Pennsylvania, they already made the decision for schools. Unfortunately, I believe that decision I think was made yesterday, and that they look at the models and stuff. That's why New Jersey and New York have not declared anything yet. So Pennsylvania is reaching its peak in about a week. So April 15th, they'll be reaching their peak, and because Pennsylvania has about 5 to 6 weeks of school after the peak is over, they're just going to have their students have remote learning at home. And like I said, the school in Hanover Township, Pennsylvania, they will most likely have their graduation. Well, what they're going to do is they're going to have a nice little thing. Parents are going to drive their students up. They're going to give them their diploma. They're going to go right back home. That's pretty much it. Kind of sad too. Kind of happy I was in the class of 2020, but so what did Phil Murphy do? Phil Murphy has not said anything about schools. I believe he is going to be revisiting the decision on April 17th, which is about a week from today. I could see Phil Murphy making a date for schools reopening. I don't think Phil Murphy is going to pull the trigger for closing schools for the rest of the year because the models are showing the virus is going to be gone by May. So I don't think they're going to close schools for the rest of the year. Yes, I do think Florida is going to have their schools closed for the year. I mean, Florida hasn't even reached its peak yet. So Florida, I'm sorry. I believe your schools are going to be closed for the rest of the year. And I feel bad for seniors that are outside of New York and New Jersey because New York and New Jersey took early action. So that's why that they were able to slow the spread. But, I think states like California got a little bit unlucky. But I think California too, they end schools early, so it kind of makes sense. So yeah. Um it's hard to predict. Just looking at the model, I would say malls in Pennsylvania. Yeah, I think the earliest is probably going to be May 15th for malls in Pennsylvania. I think New York and New Jersey could see malls open up, I would say, no later than May 4th. So I don't know yet. Yeah, Florida. I would imagine Florida is just they're just going to tell their students, listen, you just stay home for remote learning, and they'll probably pull the same thing that Pennsylvania is going to do. They're going to be like, we'll have a nice little thing. You can drive up to the school, get your diploma, and then leave. So I think Florida is going to just make the announcement. They're just going to have remote learning for the rest of the year. Kind of sucks. I really do feel bad for the class of 2020. Thank God I was back there, the class of 2019. So personally, I'm kind of happy that I'm not graduating this year, but I do feel bad for my brother who had his commencement that was completely canceled. So yeah, spring breakers in Florida pretty much caused your peak to be pushed back. So shame on this. Shame on those people who thought it was a good idea to go to Florida during an actual worldwide crisis. I am disgusted in those people. They should have not. What would have been smart is they should have canceled their flights and they said, let's just do this next year. I am very disappointed in those people. They should be ashamed of themselves for actually going down to Florida while we are in a worldwide crisis. So, like I said, the number one governor I think in this thing is Cuomo. Cuomo. He shows off his presentations, and I think he's doing a phenomenal job. So, yeah, that's just insane. I don't even know. New Jersey beaches, I could see them. Keep them open up to the residents. I get that totally. I don't even know why Georgia beaches are open. That just makes no sense. Like we're in a pandemic crisis. So yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I mean, they should really close the beaches. I mean, it's only a matter of time at this point. I mean, New York State today just announced that they're closing all golf courses until July 7th. So, I mean, not July 7th, sorry, May 7th. May 7th, sorry. I hope I didn't scare anybody. Um, and this terrorism, too. Yeah, actually, more now, guys, and this is really scary to say, more lives have been taken from the coronavirus than 9/11. Yeah, more American lives have been taken than they were taken on September 11th, 2001. That is fucking scary. That is, like I said, and I hate using foul language, but yeah, it is fucking scary that is the new reality. Like, I don't know if you guys realize this. This whole coronavirus thing is going to be in history books in the next coming years, like in the next couple of decades. So, we are living through history right now. So, my teachers told me that schools might reopen. Highly doubt it, especially if your peak in Florida is much later than expected. Highly doubt May 4th. Maybe for New York and New Jersey, sure, but not for no. I don't think so. No, except this is a pandemic. That's the only reason. I will say one thing though, and this might not offend, but China is going to have to pay big time. China is going to have to pay because they're the ones that caused the worldwide crisis. I mean, simple. I don't care what people say, but China's going to have to pay big league because this is BS that people in China have to eat bats because of it. Look, I'm not trying to be mean to people. I'm not racist, but I'm saying that they're going to have to seriously pay big league for what they did. All because they ate bats and then someone in Wuhan, China got the coronavirus and then spread it throughout China. And now China's reopening everything and they're laughing at us. So no, sorry. I think it's ridiculous. I think it was a mistake, so but it's whatever. Yeah, I know. Where was I on 9/11 2001? Sitting in a baby chair watching Sesame Street, or I was in a crib. That might have been my brother. I don't really know. I think I was watching Sesame Street, and then all of a sudden the TV changes the channel. I was scared. I was crying. I had no idea personally. Excuse me. Will it be safe for me to go to Florida? Yes. Yes. It should be. The peaks are going to be down by then. Yes, it should be safe for you to go to Florida and North Carolina by then. You should be just fine. Why do you think I'm waiting till the end of June to go to Hershey? It's very simple. Well, it's also to make up to see relatives out there that I missed out on Easter. Mm-hmm. Yep. And they have to eat bats. Never eat bats, guys. Never eat bats. Trust me. Yep. People in China ate bats, and that's what caused the disease. Stupid, honestly. But you know what? This is why I don't like China. And I'm not somebody. I'm not saying their race is bad, but I just think that their leadership there is just awful. And I feel bad for the workers too, because like they live in these environments that are just bad. So it stinks. It really stinks. So I don't think so. I think enough people will do takeout there. Probably not. I think Florida is going to be homeschool to virtual learning for the rest of the year. Yeah, it's China eats anything. Honestly, they'll eat rats, dogs, cats, you name it. Like it's disgusting. It's really disgusting. You know what? I think they're going to have to pay. I mean, they caused a worldwide crisis. I think all the countries should just get together and say, China, what you did to us, you're going to pay. It's simple. I mean, look, I'm not one to get mad at other countries, and I don't like to be political. But unfortunately, this is a time where where being political is, necessary. I do think China is going to pay badly for this because they caused a worldwide crisis. So, me not. I have 3 dogs. Like it's disgusting what they do over there. They're smart people, but the things they do to animals, it's terrible. Well, it's like here in America too, but still, it's awful. I hope so. I really hope. Excuse me. I really hope so because China's gonna have to pay big league. So, moving on. I don't want to keep talking about the virus and stuff. It's just, I'm personally happy that I only watch the news once a day because to watch all the speeches, I mean, damn, how many times can you watch the same people talk again and again and again and again? Maryland, I don't know. Maryland, let's take a look. Maryland, no, you guys are not at the peak yet. Your peak is in about 5 days. And that's fine, man. This is a drop in and drop out session. I don't really care if you leave or not. So it's a shame though, like, and it's sad that it has to affect my mall plans too. Like I can't even go see Sears at Smith Haven now because they're closing tomorrow. So because people, all because of this, all because of people eating bats in China, like I can't do that. I mean, I was born at FDU. My brother can't graduate as of now. So it's it's sad. It's really sad. I mean, not much you can do. I mean, you can't even leave the house. Parks are closed. New Jersey closed all their state parks, so you can't even. Next thing they're going to do, they're going to close sidewalks. So, and I'm still very not happy with Murphy closing state parks. I think what Murphy should have done is he should have kept the hiking trails open, and they should have had guards there to limit the number of people that go on the trails. I think he went a little bit too far with saying, let's close all parks. I think they should have had rules saying, listen, can you stay 6 feet away from the next person? Yeah, because people need to hike, okay? And I think Phil Murphy took that park closing a little bit too far. I get the malls, I get the schools, I get the, limit transit for essential workers. I get that. But when you start closing places where people can get fresh air, that's crossing the line. That is crossing the line. Because there are people who live in apartments who can't even, I mean, think about a town like Hoboken. The mayor just said, yeah, you can only stay outside of your house for 10 minutes. That's not enough time to get fresh air. It's ridiculous. So it's, I don't know. To me, it's just like there is a place and a time where we have to draw the line and say enough is enough. I get the malls, I get the schools, I get the limiting transit, I get the curfew, but what's next? What are they going to put a barrier outside my house and that says, "Sorry, you can't walk. You can't walk on the sidewalk. Sorry, you can't move your." Like, is that what it's really going to get to? Is it really going to get to the point where they're going to put barriers? They're going to ask every town in New Jersey to put barriers in front of people's driveways? I hope it doesn't get to that, but I'm disgusted in Phil Murphy. Like, really, I never liked him, and I don't like him not a lot more now because he, So, yeah, I mean, I think people should go outside and wear a mask and wear gloves and be able to walk and take in fresh air. Like, I think that's something that's essential. I think it's essential for people to get out, keep the 6 foot with social distancing, and let people walk the trails. But what does New Jersey do? They say, let's close all the parks. Let's use the Bergen County model where the county executive, James Tedesco III, decided to close all the parks in Bergen County. And then when he talked with his buddy on the phone, Governor Phil Murphy, let's close all the state parks. What they should have done, well, first, yes, close playgrounds, fine. But you're closing trails that people could walk on. So what? People are gonna walk, and then you're gonna. So it's just like that, and I know that's gonna be next. They're gonna start limiting supermarket hours. They're gonna say that you can only go shopping 3 days a week. Like that's gonna be next. So it's just like it gets worse and worse before it's gonna get better and better. I do actually. I don't. I'm not very fond of the man because number one, yeah, no parks near me are open. Well, except the town parks. All county parks and state parks are closed. Sears, they're closed until April 30th, unless you exclude the ones they're currently liquidating. Apparently, that you can get press charges for not following orders. I think that's just stupid, honestly. Like, I get closing parks and playgrounds and ballparks, but I think they shouldn't have closed the trail. Yeah, what they're gonna have cops at the border of each town? Like, it's just there is a limit, and that could be next. They could have cops at borders of towns, and the scary reality of it is, you know, there is some worse about it. But I hope that this is where this is going to end, and they're going to start improving stuff. I don't think they're going to close sidewalks. They can't. They cannot close sidewalks. So I don't know. I don't know, guys. It's. I hate to talk politics. I really do. But yeah, I agree. I agree definitely. I mean, especially if the cases in New Jersey went down by 67, I think that what they're doing is working. I don't think they're going to need to do anything else. So, okay. All right, man. See you soon. I think he went a little bit too far with the county park model. Well, no, he picked up the closing the park model from the Teaneck mayor. So it spread between the Teaneck mayor, the county executive, and then the governor. So bye. I love elevators. I'll see you in the next one. It depends. I don't know. I don't know. It's just like he thinks that he's a know-it-all. Like he thinks he knows everything, and I don't know. I don't want to say what party affiliation I am on this live stream because that's not the place to exercise it. But I'm not a huge fan of the county executive. I'll leave it at that. So, oh, so. All right, if you guys have any questions, go ahead and leave them in the chat. I'm thinking about ending the stream early only because I don't want to go over my limit of streaming and stuff. Because we had a pretty good live stream later, a little bit. Hmm. So. Of course he would. Of course he would complain about American Dream. And it's closed on Sundays because of the blue laws. And Jim Tedesco is also a huge protector of the blue laws. He totally, and you know why? He supports them because he lives in Paramus. I don't know. That I wish there was a billionaire out there who could spend $5 billion. Let's fix Route 17 and Route 4 and have stores open up on Sunday. I never liked it either, but this is the reality that we live in, unfortunately. I actually want to try something really quickly. So, I mean, the only good thing was the theme park. I got in for free twice. I've never had to pay for the theme park. So, hmm. Surprised this isn't okay. No, sorry guys. I was just looking at something. So there's a couple actually. You got the Home Depot in Lodi, Secaucus, which has just two Dover impulses, and the Home Depot in Passaic, but I've never been there. Those are the closest ones to me. I want to go to the Jersey City one someday, but maybe once after this whole thing with the virus blows over. Yeah, dude, I would not keep calling the mall. You can't. You got to give things time. You have to keep. That's what I'm doing. I only called the mall once. I only called my mall once. That's it. That's all you have to do. There's no need to keep doing it over and over again. So you just gotta wait, dude. Like I get it, you want to get there, but trust me, there's no rush to get to King of Prussia. Nothing is closing there anytime soon. I know you want to go to a mall. Okay, bye, Dylan D. Jesus. So, oh no, I don't go there. I go to the Lodi one and the Secaucus one. I stay away from that one. Donovan, yeah, man, you can't keep calling the mall every day. I called Sears, and Smith Haven, Kmart, and Penn in one shot. That's it. You don't need to call them. You know, I will call them once I go by what the news says, but I don't spend 6 hours watching the news. When it gets closer and they say certain things will reopen, then I'll give them all a call or look on the mall website. So, but yeah, man, don't call King of Prussia like 5 or 6 times. Like, there's a point where people get annoyed. You know, you gotta just wait. It's unfortunate, but these are unprecedented times that we live in. So, something I wanted to also bring up too is the Tokyo made a smart decision to postpone the Olympics to 2021. That was, I think, was a very smart decision. Now I'm hearing the 4th of July is the next victim to the coronavirus. Memorial Day too. So, well, because I'm sure they get a lot of calls in a day. So, when is my birthday? Excuse me, August 21st. Did you really? That's crazy. Well, I'm not surprised. Passaic is the drug hub central. Well, actually, no, Passaic and Patterson, all drugs there, dealing drugs and stuff, getting high. Yeah, lots of fun. Lots of fun. Yeah, I know Westfield Hawthorne Plaza. Yeah, just look at statistical data. That's all you have to do. Yeah, just you gotta give statistical data time to accumulate. That's when we'll start seeing. You gotta look out for announcements and stuff. So don't worry. They're not gonna be closed forever. Just keep looking at statistical data. That's what you have to look at. Look at signs of hope. Don't get I'm sorry, I'm texting a friend right now. So holy holy shit. That is scary. Some guy who signed up for ISIS and rented a Home Depot truck. Oh my god, that's funny and scary at the same time. It's just some guy in America just said, "Oh hey, I want to join ISIS." Rents a truck. Oh man, that's something. That is wild. That's a wild statement to make. That's a fun night, honestly. I wish I didn't have the 20 hours of live streaming, but oh well. You know what? It's gonna renew in 7 days. At this point, I don't really care. So I'm worried. I wouldn't necessarily say June. Look, the statistical data will tell what's gonna happen. That's it, man. We just have to go by the statistical data. I don't know yet what is gonna change. I'm just monitoring the data and making predictions that I think are gonna be the outcome. I'm not somebody who, you know, knows what's gonna happen, what's not going to happen. It's a waiting game. It's to see how well people practice social distancing. If they That means people need to stay home on Easter and not go, you know, Okay. If Hershey opens, will the mall opens? I don't know yet. I don't know. Hershey could very well also delay their opening. Because here's the thing, Pennsylvania's peak is April 16th. Hershey could very well delay their opening to like May, like the middle of May. Yes. I just saw the video actually. It's interesting. It's a very interesting little production that Diesel Ducey put together in Final Cut Pro. Is Kmart closed? No, because according to Eddie Lampert, he sees Kmart as open quote essential retail close quote. The man's nuts. The man is nuts. Excuse me. Such a shame, though. Such a shame they only give you 20 hours of live streaming, although it's nice. At least I get to connect with you guys. But yeah, it's going to renew in about a week, and then I can be back to normal. So what I'm hoping for, too, is to get back to doing just these versus doing these crazy coronavirus updates. But until, like I said, things can start to kind of get moving again, I don't know what's going to happen. So no, Pennsylvania has not reached their peak. Pennsylvania is reaching their peak in daily deaths in about 7 days. They're nowhere near their peak. Like I said, statistical data can change. It all depends on how the statistical data plays out, pretty much. Like the PA. Yeah. Ooh, interesting. They'll have time. They'll have time to bring in their sweet victory after this virus passes. But Evil Eddie does call Kmart essential. I don't even know how that's essential. I could see Walmart and Target. That's okay, but yeah. Do you think I can go to Hershey on May 8th? Yeah. Let me see. May 8th. Yeah, I would say that's logistical. I'd say May 8th is probably pretty. Yeah, you're going to be good by then. So, I mean, I might even wait on Smith Haven, honestly. I might wait that first week of May to see people go back to school, and then I'll make my trip out there. I don't know yet. I haven't fully decided on how I'm going to do the whole train thing yet. So, I mean, I might try and go on like a week like on a weekday or something, like a Friday, like after all my exams and stuff and right before my summer classes start. So yeah, I could see the Harrisburg Mall reopening up too. It's a place I'm definitely gonna have to get to though over the summer. Least favorite food? Chinese. Chinese, and I don't know. This one time I went to this restaurant and I don't know. I was with a bunch of my friends. I think it was during winter break. We all went to this like, what was it, Korean, Asian? Like I don't know. I've tried the food. I'm not a fan. It's just not me. Sorry, but I mean, Sears only has 3 stores left in New Jersey: Newport Center, Rockaway, and Hackensack. At this point, I agree. Highly, actually, no, not highly. Strongly agree. They're going to pay big league though. I know many people don't want to say this and they want to be quiet, but China is going to pay for this nonsense. Like it's inevitable. They're gonna have to pay a big price because they really did cause a worldwide crisis. So All right, guys. We have reached the point in the Q&A live stream where it is going to be the last minute questions. So go ahead and submit your questions in the little chat session. And then unfortunately, I do have to get off for the night. So will PF Chang's go bankrupt? Probably not. So I know, dude, but I'm tired. Trey said October 2018. I don't know. I still can't believe one of my professors though canceled one of my exams. When is the next update? Next update will be coming Monday. Actually, I don't know because I now have an exam on Tuesday. I will keep you posted on that. Let me see how that's gonna go. Why did Pan Am go bankrupt? Because Pan Am lost competition to the other legacy carriers like United, Delta, American, Northwest. That's why Pan Am did. Oh, me too. I'm glad. I'm glad that they're being transferred. I'm not gonna be able to. Oh, I don't know when the next update is because I do have to prepare for an exam on Tuesday. So on in this case, probably actually I don't know. Let's see because I mean I got 3 classes on Monday. Let me see how I can navigate because I have to do some homework this weekend. So let me see what I can do. I might be able to pull off a thing on Monday. We'll see though. Let's see how my day goes. What if the Titanic never sank? Well, then the Titanic would have made it to New York City. All right, everybody. So unfortunately, it is that time. I don't know what's going to happen to PF Chang's at this point. It depends on how the after effects of the pandemic go. Sears is definitely going to be the death, so we'll just have to wait and see. All right, everybody. Before I leave, make sure to stay home. Do not go to Easter masses. You know, like I said, I know it's hard and it's tough, but staying home right now is the most important thing. We're at the peak, guys. Let's keep hitting that accelerator. Let's keep home, stay home. Let's flatten the curve, and hopefully things can start to get back to normal by May. Reminder 20-second washing, social distancing. If you do go out, stay 6 feet apart from one another if they're not within your family. Anyways, guys, I just want to say have a wonderful Passover. Happy Easter to all my people who celebrate Easter, including yours truly. And stay safe. Have a great Easter. Have a great Passover, whatever you're celebrating. And I will see you guys on Monday. I will quickly put in the chat the link to the coronavirus updates. So yeah, this is a quick little thing. I'll put in the chat if you guys want to take a look at this link after the live stream is over. So anyways, guys, that's what we're going to do it. Have a great Easter and a happy Passover to anyone who's Jewish. Have a happy Passover, happy Easter, and we will see you guys on Monday for coronavirus update number 9. So anyways, that's it. Take care, stay safe, and happy holidays.